Everyone, this is Dr. Swapn and you're watching my YouTube channel Dental Expertise, where we explore dental questions, and these questions are very important for the exam point of view. So please don't forget to like and subscribe my channel and click on the bell icon to get the future notification. Without further ado, let's get started. Supply to temporomandibular joint is derived from the options are facial artery, angular artery, occipital artery और सुपरफिशियल टेम्पोरल आर्टरी एंड मैक्सिलरी आर्टरी. तो ये मैंने आपको शो किया हुआ है ब्लड सप्लाई एंड इनोवेशन. ओके, तो आर्टियर सप्लाई में होगा सुपीरियर टेम्पोरल आर्टरी लेटरली होती है एंड मैक्सिलरी आर्टरी मीडियली. तो ये आपको याद रहेगा मैक्सिलरी से एम मीडियली. ओके, एंड नर्व सप्लाई होती है मेसेट्रिक एंड ऑरिकुलो टेम्पोरल नर्व. सो द करेक्ट आंसर वुड बी major arterial supply to temporomandibular joint is derived from the superficial temporal artery and maxillary artery. Okay, next question is incipient carious lesion after sealant applications. Options are progressively increase in size, are arrested, spread rapidly into interproximal area, or remain the same. So the correct answer would be incipient carious lesion after sealant application are arrested. Actually, जो sealants are a preventive dental treatment and it is a thin plastic coating to the chewing surface of the molars and premolars to prevent the development of the dental caries. When sealants are applied to the incipient carious lesion, these sealants create a protective barriers that prevent the bacteria and acid from reaching the tooth surface, thus arresting the development of the caries. So the correct answer would be arrested. Incipient caries lesion after sealant applications are arrested. Okay, next question is RPI clasp is a type of, options are gingivally approaching clasp, occlusally approaching clasp, mixed clasp or infrabulge clasp. And the correct answer would be RPI is a clasp is a type of infrabulge clasp. Okay, तो infrabulge clasp के और भी types होते हैं like T clasp, modified T clasp, Y clasp और I clasp. And the last is RPI clasp. RPI clasp in which R stand for rest, always mesially, P proximal plate distally, and I is a I bar buccally. Okay, तो ये आपको पिक्चर में सब कुछ शो हो रहा है. This is the distally proximal plate, this is mesially rest, and here is buccally I bar. Okay, RPI clasp is a type of infrabulge clasp. Okay, next question is optimum location of finish line for all ceramic anterior full veneer crown should be. Options are supragingival, subgingival, equigingival और subgingivally labially and supragingival lingually और palatally. तो equigingival clasp जो है क्या होते हैं, it is placed at the level of gingival crest. Okay, and it is well tolerated by the periodontal tissue, and this is the acceptable aesthetic होता है, that's why it is placed on the anterior region. Okay, and it provides smooth and polished interface. Okay, aesthetically it is used for the anterior region. So the answer would be equigingivally. Optimal location of finish line for all ceramic anterior full veneer crown should be equigingival. Okay, next question is which class of antibodies constitutes about 75% of the antibodies of a normal human being. तो ये मैंने आपको चार्ट शो किया हुआ है जिसमें आपको शो हो रहा है कि IgG जो है वो 75% जो है एंटीबॉडीज़ का से बना होता है, नॉर्मल एंटीबॉडीज़ ऑफ द नॉर्मल ह्यूमन बीइंग. ओके, so IgG of antibodies constitutes about 75% of the antibodies of a normal human being. Next question is, spoon denture may be indicated for which classification of partially dentulous arch? Options are Kennedy class 4, Kennedy class 1, Kennedy class 2 or Kennedy class 3. And the answer would be Kennedy class 4. Spoon denture may be indicated for Kennedy class 4 of partially dentulous arches. Okay. Next question is, porcelain etching for ceramic repair involves chemically with which material? Options are orthophosphoric acid 37%, hydrofluoric acid 9%, phosphoric acid 33% or malic acid 20%. And the answer would be hydrofluoric acid 9%. Porcelain etching for ceramic repair involves chemically hydrofluoric acid 9%. Okay. Next question. Guide planes are. Options are proximal surface of distal surface of mixed partial denture, proximal surface abutment teeth parallel to the path of insertion and removal, proximal surface of retainer of RPD, vertical arms of RPD retainers. तो गाइड प्लान्स के बारे में मैंने आपको ये शो किया हुआ है कि it is always parallel to the plant path of insertion and rarely greater than 2 mm to 4 mm of height, stabilize prosthesis against lateral forces. It protect weakened teeth from destructive lateral forces, and it prepared on most on enamel surface, also on cast restoration while doing wax pattern. It ensure predictable clasp assembly functions. Okay, so guide planes are proximal surface abutment teeth parallel to the path of insertion and removal. Next question is, which luting cement is not preferred for all ceramic restorations? Options are resin cements, polycarboxylate cement, glass ionomer cement, resin enforced glass ionomer cement. And the answer would be glass ionomer cement. Glass ionomer cement would not suit well for all ceramics for support from the cement. Therefore, resin based cement have become popular because they have the potential to address the disadvantage of the solubility, support and lack of adhesion. Okay, so the correct answer would be glass ionomer cement is not preferred for all ceramic restoration. Next question is, Carey's activity is not directly proportional to. Options are the consistency of fermentable carbohydrate ingested, the quantity of fermentable carbohydrate ingested, the frequency of ingesting fermentable carbohydrate, the oral retention of fermentable carbohydrate. In the correct answer ingested. Carey's activity is not directly proportional to the quantity of fermentable carbohydrate ingested, because it is not only about the quantity but also about the frequency and duration of exposure. Frequent consumption of sugar or fermentable carbohydrate as well as their prolonged retention in the oral cavity, it provides an environment conducive to a growth of bacteria and the production of acid, which leads to demineralization of enamel and development of caries. Therefore, it's not just the quantity but also the frequency and retention. Okay. Next question is, which one of these is not a component in implant supported crown? Options are abutment, analog, impression coping and ponting. तो ये मैंने आपको शो किया हुआ है. Parts of dental implant includes crown, abutment, abutment, implant body, impression coping, analog और implant replica, retention anchors, bar retainer. तो ये आपको ये याद रखने हैं क्योंकि कोई और ऑप्शन भी आ सकता है आंसर पे. ओके, एंड वहाँ सिर्फ क्या नहीं है, पॉन्टिक. तो इसका करेक्ट आंसर क्या होगा? Pontic is not a component in implant supported crown. Okay. Next question is, which of the following is not the response of histamine release due to allergic reaction? Options are vasodilation, bronchoconstriction, increased blood pressure और secretion of HCl. तो ये शो किया हुआ है कि एक्शन ऑफ हिस्टामिन क्या क्या होते हैं. वॉस्कुलर में वासोडाइलेशन हो जाता है मीडिएटेड बाय nitrous oxide and vasodilation mediated by CAMP. ओके, तो ये vasodilation कराता है. हार्ट में डिक्रीज्ड AV कंडक्शन, इंक्रीज्ड इनोट्रॉफी. लंग में क्या कराता है? ब्रोंको कॉन्स्ट्रिक्शन कराता है. ओके, इंक्रीज म्यूकस विस्कोसिटी. और ये गैस्ट्रोइंटेस्टाइनल में क्या कराता है? एसिड, फ्लूइड एंड पेप्सिन सीक्रेशन हो रहा है. यानी कि ये तीनों चीज़ हो रही हैं एक्सेप्शन ऑफ इंक्रीज ब्लड प्रेशर. ओके, सो द करेक्ट आंसर इज increased blood pressure is not the response of histamine release due to allergic reaction. Next question is, which of the tooth would have two canals most of the time? Okay, in these options, the tooth number 45, it means mandibular second molar, and it typically has two roots, mesial and distal, and 3 or 4 canal. The mesial root usually has two canals, mesiobuccal and mesiolingual, and the distal root may have 1 or 2 canals. So the correct answer is tooth number 45 would have 2 canals most of the time in these options. Okay. Next question is, persistence radiolucency in the periapical area of endodontically treated maxillary first molar could be explained by. Options are second mesiobuccal canal was not located, second distobuccal canal was not located, second palatal canals was not located, or it takes more than 12 months for the bone to heal. The persistence of a radiolucent area in the periapical region of an endodontically treated maxillary first molar is often associated with the failure to locate and treat all the canal. Okay, in maxillary first molar, the presence in mesiobuccal canal is a common variation, and failure to identify and treat this canal can lead to persistent infection or inflammation. Okay, so the correct answer is second mesiobuccal canal was not located. Next question is, which tooth is most likely to have a curved root? Options are maxillary central incisor, maxillary lateral incisor, maxillary canine, or mandibular central incisor. And the correct answer is mandibular central incisor is the most likely to have a curved root. Mandibular incisors, both sides central or lateral, has commonly exhibit a lingual inclination and may have a side curvature in their root, and this anatomical variation is most prevalent in mandibular incisors compared to the maxillary incisors. Okay. Next question is, tissue conditioners are used for completely edentulous patients. Options are to remodel the alveolar bone favorably, to bring the tissue tone to normal, to alleviate any signs of tissue inflammation before a new denture is fabricated showing signs of oral candidiasis. For complete edentulous patient, to alleviate any signs of tissue inflammation before a new denture is fabricated. This helps improve the fit and comfort of the denture by adapting to the continuous of the edentulous ridge and reducing the tissue irritation. The primary purpose is to create a healthy and well conditioned foundation for the denture. So, to alleviate any sign of tissue inflammation before a new denture is fabricated, tissue conditions are used for completely edentulous patient. Next question is, diagnosis of ulceration on tongue persisting for more than 2 weeks should be based on incisional biopsy, exfoliative cytology, clinical signs and symptoms, or blood chemistry. So, when there is an ulceration on the tongue persisting for more than 2 weeks, the most reliable method for diagnosis is often a incisional biopsy. An incisional biopsy involves the taking a small sample from the tissue from the affected area for examine under a microscope, okay, to check the infection, inflammation, or such conditions like cancer. Next question is, which one of the material is not used for the dental implants in clinical use? Options are commercially pure titanium, grade 5 titanium, titanium 6Ai4V alloy, cobalt chromium molybdenum alloy. तो ये आपको मैंने लिस्ट शो की हुई है जो इम्प्लांट्स में यूज़ होते हैं, ओके, जिसमें स्टेनलेस स्टील, जिरकोनिया, टाइटेनियम, एक्रेलिक रेजिन भी ये सब यूज़ होते हैं. कोबाल्ट क्रोमियम भी यूज़ होता है बट उसमें मोलिब्डेनम नहीं होता है, ओके. सो द करेक्ट आंसर वुड बी cobalt chromium molybdenum alloy is the material is not used for the dental implant in clinical use. Next question is, what type of occlusal scheme is preferred for maxillary complete denture opposing mandibular natural dentition? Options are bilaterally balanced occlusion, unilaterally balanced occlusion, canine guide occlusion, or group function. And the correct answer is bilaterally balanced occlusion. It is balanced occlusion mostly use करते हैं preferred for the maxillary complete denture opposing mandibular natural dentition. इसमें bilateral simultaneous anterior and posterior occlusal contact of the teeth in centric and eccentric position होती है in balanced occlusion. तो ये bilaterally balanced occlusion होता है, okay. Next question is, which one of the following communicable disease commonly infect dental health personnel? Options are AIDS, hepatitis B, hepatitis C, or SARS. And the correct answer is hepatitis B. Hepatitis B is a communicable disease that commonly infect dental health personnel, and the virus is transmitted through the blood and other body fluids, okay. Other are also communicable disease, but hepatitis B is a commonly infect the dental health personnel. अगर आपको वीडियो पसंद आई हो तो प्लीज़ लाइक एंड सब्सक्राइब माई वीडियो. थैंक्स फॉर वॉचिंग.